Welcome back to another episode of Learn English with Aijaz. Today, we're peeling back the layers on the phrase, used to. Aijaz, can you start by explaining how this expression fits into English grammar?
Used to is a versatile phrase employed to indicate a past habit or state that no longer occurs. Imagine it as a nostalgic snapshot of one's routine, akin to flipping through an old photo album where each image is a past behavior no longer practiced.
You've painted a vivid picture. In your experience, Aijaz, how does this differ from other past tense expressions?
Great question. Contrast it with the simple past tense which merely states an action occurred. Used to provides context and consistency over a period. Much like saying I jogged every day after work, it invokes an implied in those days. However, used to can't capture singular, isolated moments.
That's intriguing. But what about counterarguments, like claims of redundancy since past tense verbs can often suffice? How would you counter that, Aijaz?
While it's true simple past verbs offer clarity, used to enriches narratives with frequency. The recurring nature of the action adds depth, similar to the way an artist uses brush strokes to convey texture in a painting. This detailed backdrop is invaluable to speakers emphasizing past routines.
Let's shift gears to pronunciation. Many learners struggle with used to, especially blending it in speech. Any insights, Aijaz?
Absolutely. The challenge often lies in the blending of the d and the t sounds, causing used to sound more like used to. Think of it as two dancers synchronizing their steps to avoid stepping on each other's toes. Seamless transitions are key.
Could technology aid in overcoming these pronunciation hurdles?
Indeed, digital tools like speech correction apps now offer real-time feedback, helping learners monitor their pronunciation. Hypothetically, just as GPS reroutes drivers, these apps could correct speaking paths for clarity and fluency, making language barriers less daunting.
What might critics say? That could challenge the reliance on such technology.
Critics might argue this fosters dependency on technology, overshadowing human intuition. However, I'd argue it's comparable to an athlete using analytics to enhance performance, striking a balance between natural skill and supportive tech.
Moving forward, used to often crops up in cultural narratives and idioms. What cultural nuances should learners be aware of, Aijaz?
Cultural context is crucial. Used to frequently appears in reminiscing, often relating to the good old days. Picture someone discussing their childhood games, inferring a time of simplicity and warmth now overshadowed by modern complexities.
How does this cultural angle differ between regions or linguistic backgrounds?
In regions where storytelling is paramount, like among Irish communities, used to transforms to a bridge connecting past traditions and modern practices. Here, stories become historical threads weaving through generations.
What future implications does this have for learners navigating diverse cultural landscapes?
Understanding such cultural depths enhances empathy and communication. As global interactions rise, languages will continue incorporating cultural subsets, enriching conversations much like layers of a palimpsest, revealing complexity beneath.
Let's look to the future. How might the usage of used to evolve in a rapidly changing linguistic landscape? Could this lead to simplification or standardization in language education?
Possibly. With text-based communication dominating, grammatical structures might condense for brevity. However, the rich detail used to provides could remain valuable for its narrative power, much like a timeless novel amid magazine articles. While some might find language loses color, others may appreciate the streamlined efficiency. The key is ensuring educational frameworks adapt, marrying tradition with innovation, ensuring linguistic heritage isn't lost amid progress.